What are some of the little details that you feel like you took away from 2018 or from last season and have worked on this season?
Definitely, late game situations. As a group and as an individual, we can learn a lot from those and how we let games slip away and the mentality that we need to be in those situations. And then, overall, just three-point shooting. I think that's huge for us, especially because we have good playmakers, because we have guys who can roll to the rim. Being able to knock down, shots from three, I think is huge.
You weren't here, but what do you remember most about the situation 3 years ago when DeAndre committed here, then decommitted, and all that scene that happened?
Man, I never thought all of us would be on the same team. Many years later, I was like, that is nuts. But it was crazy. But everything happens for a reason. We're able to all be in a situation now here together, and I think we all have a chance to win.
I know you don't want to give away any trade secrets, but do you feel you play better at 3 or 4?
I mean, Dwayne, you get all the tape. Nah, it really doesn't matter to me. We have a lot of guys. Like I said, we have a lot of guys who are interchangeable this year. Like I said, we have a center who can block shots. So whether I play the 3 or the 4, just technicality.
I know your mom said she wants you to get 10 rebounds a game. She always call you and get on you on that stuff. Yeah. You got a lot of calls from her?
Yeah, I got a lot of calls from her last year. Yeah, she's all in the rebounding, so she was probably happier than I was that we signed DeAndre.
How closely, or did you follow Wednesday's announcement of the investigation results? What was your takeaway from it?
Yeah, a lot of that happened before I was here, so it's obviously disappointing to hear. But I think since I've been here, seeing the difference and change that St. Marshall has implemented has been big, and I think that progress will continue to happen for the time being.
What dynamic do you think Dirk would bring off the bench if he decides to come off the bench this year?
Well, I think whether he starts or comes off the bench, I think the role he plays will be the role he's been in the last couple of years. I mean, his ability to stretch the floor, his ability to make defenses stay honest on him, with spacing, whether it's DeAndre rolling, Dwight Powell rolling, whoever it may be. Having that stretch presence there is huge, and whether he's starting, whether he's come off the bench, he has great chemistry with both sets of point guards. So I think he'll be effective regardless of where he is.
Harrison, Dirk claims he wants to win the slam dunk contest before he hangs him up. As a former dunk contest participant, do you think he has what it takes?
On 2K for sure.
Break out the rim grazers.
Yeah.
You remember the photo that you all took the night you signed? I guess it was you and Donnie with the Donnie photo. Was that your idea, his idea? Were you like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, that was. I'm pretty sure that was Donnie's idea. He's got a different sense of humor, and like I said, I mean, never would have thought that we'd be in a situation where me and DeAndre are both on the Mavericks together and we can laugh about this. But I guess it just goes to show you how things come around full circle.
Harrison, on paper, you guys are a much better team. How difficult is it going to be to get to the playoffs?
Chemistry is the biggest thing. A lot of these teams this summer in the West, their teams have stayed the same, so they've had time to build that chemistry, develop it, and all that type of stuff. For us, this training camp is going to be huge. We have a lot of new guys getting us together, all 17 guys in the gym. Some guys are playing national teams, some guys were back and forth. So this is huge for us to just develop that, but I think the quicker we can get that chemistry going, the better chance of success we'll have.
How important is it to get out to a fast start?
You said to a bad start?
Fast.
Oh, fast. Our first game in Phoenix is huge. That'll start our season off in the right direction. The last couple of years we've had tough starts, and when you dig yourself in a hole in the West, it's hard to get back. There's only been a couple teams that go on these 15-plus game win streaks to get themselves back into the playoffs. So especially where the West is now, our beginning is huge.
Harrison, you just left Africa this summer, getting ready to go to China. Have you ever been to China before?
I was in China before I was in South Africa.
Look
So, yeah, I was over there earlier this summer. You know, it's a great place to play basketball. The fans there are crazy. The arena's going to be loud. You know, my second year, I was able to go over for a preseason game in China, and it was rocking. It was rocking. So I'm definitely excited that, you know, as a team, we'll have that opportunity to kind of, you know, be away from, you know, our normal setting, kind of have time to bond.
As one of the more veteran presences on the Mavericks, what have you learned about being a leader on this team from Dirk?
Just lead by example. You know, the work that you put in goes a lot farther than, you know, anything that you can say. And, you know, if guys, you know, see you putting in the work, they see you competing every day in practice, they see you laying it on the line every single night, you know, games, you know, whether you're hurt, injured, whatever you may be, I think that is a bigger testimony than anything that you can say.
You're still relatively young as well. Is that kind of a weird position for you to be in, where just with Luka and Dennis being as young as they are, but it kind of makes you by default a more veteran voice on this team?
I mean, this league, 26 is old, man. I mean, I'm almost over the hill. So, you know, any advice I can pass on is great. You know, I think we have a weird dynamic. Like, you know, I can be a veteran voice to, you know, Luka and Dennis and those guys, but, you know, Dirk, on the other hand, is almost 41, so, you know, I can also, you know, learn a lot from him as well. So it's been pretty cool to learn and to give advice as well.
What are your thoughts on super teams, and how scary does that Warriors team look when Cousins is healthy?
I mean, at the end of the night, you gotta go out there and play. I think regardless of, you know, how many guys are at a certain place or how many all-stars or anything like that, you know, it's a game of basketball. Only 5 guys can be out there at one time. So as a competitor, you know, you look forward to that challenge, and you definitely get up for those games.
How much do you marvel at the way Dirk has been able to do this for 21 years?
Man, it's crazy. I think it's just a testament to the care that he takes in his body, the time that he's put in, and, you know, everyone has the same amount of time in every day. So, you know, for him to achieve that level, I think it speaks to, you know, how much dedication he's had.
He's been doing this longer than Dennis has been on this earth.
It's nuts.
You trying to play to 41?
Man, you know, I'm not 7 foot, so, you know, when he's slowed down, you know, he can still get his shot off over people. You know, I'm 6'8". We'll see if I can get there. We'll see.
So what are your thoughts of the Lakers?
More specifically,
the change in the West.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the West was already tough before LeBron got here. So, you know, LeBron going to the Lakers, I think they'll obviously be a much improved team, but you know, there's still so many teams in the West that are going to be tough. I mean, you can win 40 games, 41 games, and still miss the playoffs.
If Kevin Durant goes to LA next year, like the report that came out, I think Monday, what do you think that would do to the league as a whole?
I mean, the West would still be the West. I mean, I don't think it would change. I don't think it would change too much of things that are going on. I mean, you know, you look at the top of the West, Golden State's still going to be a great team. Houston's going to be a great team. But it's, you know, OKC, Utah, Portland, I mean, teams are going to be stacked still. So I think for us, you know, the focus just goes back to internally just competing every night.
What's your level of anticipation with the additions that you made? Do you feel like the ship is turning a little bit?
Yeah, you know, I think we're, you know, like I said, on paper we're getting better, but, you know, that time to develop that chemistry is huge for us. And, you know, other teams have had a little bit longer time to develop that than we have, but I feel confident in the guys that we added, that they've, personality-wise, they've meshed seamlessly. You know, they've bought into what we're trying to do here, and for the guys we've had, you know, they've developed well.
Given your community work with the police here, how has the recent shooting affected you?
It's tough. I mean, there's still a lot of, you know, unanswered questions about that. You know, it's just a tragic and bizarre situation, but at the same time, I think it's important to foster those relationships. You know, the whole point of me teaming up with Chief Brown to do that camp at Exline Park is so that kids in the community have a relationship with the local police officers outside of a negative incident. You know, they don't have any other type of interaction that they would normally have. So to be able to kind of continue to have those conversations, although they're very painful and difficult because of the history, I think it's really important.
Harrison, how does, I'm sorry. Okay. How does playing with guys like Luka and Dennis make your job easier?
Open shots, man.
Yeah.
Open shots. I mean, those guys, they can create a lot of problems. They can, cause a double team and stuff like that. So, they can give me open shots that require me to have, less isolations. And throughout the course of the season, that can make a huge difference.
25 points this year.
Speaking into existence, don't we?
He's using your name correctly.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.